Hey vlog buddies, so things might look a little bit different to you today because I'm recording for the first time in 1080 high definition. We'll see if I'll be able to export it that way on YouTube, but I think that you deserve to see these titties in high definition. Speaking of which, I should have shaved my nipples today. Look, I can even use my mind to zoom in and to zoom out. Actually, I have a remote control and I have it in my underwear, so it's not my mind so much as it's my penis. Anywho, you may know that this is my last week in New York, so I decided to write down some of the things that I learned in the city because I like to do this whenever I leave a location. I think it's a fun way to wrap things up, and I only have a few days left here, so the first thing that I learned in New York is that if you make eye contact with a gay man in the city, you better have douche because he is going to damn well follow you home to your house. It is absolutely true. The people here are I don't know what the word is, ruthless, but if you make eye contact, they mean business. So you better be ready to make it happen, I will tell you that much. Number two is that man cannot live by bread alone, but he can live by $5 footlongs because the city is very expensive, and when I was here 5 years ago, I lived on the staple of jelly sandwiches. It's been 5 years, I'm a little bit more financially stable, and so I've now upgraded from jelly sandwiches to $5 footlongs. I know that it's awful to eat at a chain when you're in New York, but you gotta make it work. You gotta find ways to make it happen. The $5 footlong sustained me. Number three, it's much easier to be lonely in a city full of so many people than it is to be in a small town, for example. Because when you walk down the street in a small town, you bump into someone, you say hi, you have a conversation. In New York, you could be in a crowded subway full of people, and no one is gonna say a word to you. So, it's kind of the strange paradox of so many people, but so little human interaction. Number four, the best places in New York City are not in the New York City guidebook. Or if they are, they're just really off the beaten path. Places that I liked the most were the Cloisters up on 190th Street, and I really liked the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens, and those are places that actually you guys told me to visit, but that I really didn't find any guidebooks or any tourist recommendations. Things like Times Square are great, but that's really not New York, and it's a clusterfuck. And it kind of leads me to my next point, which is that I love people. I love every person on this planet. But I do not necessarily like people, especially in the quantities that they are in New York. I like my space a little bit, and space is something that's a premium in the city. And I cannot wait to be somewhere where there aren't people. I can't wait to look out my window and not see human beings, to see trees and grass and stuff like that. The next point, you do not know heat. You do not know what it's like to be hot. I don't care if you live in the desert of Arizona. You do not know heat unless you live in New York City. If you spend a summer in New York City, that, my friends, is heat. Go to the subway when it's 100 degrees outside, that is heat. Oh my gosh, it's this unique heat because it radiates from the sky, but it also radiates up from the ground, from the cement, and there's no relief. It is unbelievable. I've never schwitzed in the way that I've schwitzed here in my entire life. And then my last point, and I think this is my biggest takeaway, is that even being here for 2 months, it is impossible to do it all. You can't do it all. You can't do everything in New York. No matter how much time you spend here, there's a million more things to do. I wish I had more time, but I'm also happy to continue my adventure. I'm gonna be going back to Rhode Island, and then I'm heading to New Hampshire. And you're gonna, of course, come with me. I'm gonna be living in a treehouse, which is super exciting. I hope you're looking forward to it. I know that I am, and I'm really grateful to have you along on my journey. So that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed. I will talk to you soon. Peace out. I'm ready for my close-up.